What up, folks? Excited for Sunday, market open. Most people are waiting for New York Stock Exchange to open. That's tomorrow. But the world of market, I like to say the futures market, futures contracts, the market that nobody seems to know about. They only know about New York session. Because the early bird gets the worm, right? You want to be 12 steps ahead of the game. I even have to slow myself down. I'm so used to being aggressively on it in my analysis. Now that I'm on YouTube, I can settle into my process of doing things. I was trying to get things done in 4 minutes and 44 seconds. On social media, I don't have to do that as much, like YouTube. In my group, to keep folks' attention and not be rambling, trying to process everything within 4 minutes and 44 seconds to stay on point seems to work very well. But as I look at other streamers, they do 10 minutes, 20 minutes at sometimes, right? And some people are doing hours. No, I want to get straight to it so that it can hold your attention just long enough. And then if I want to do something else, try to keep it within 10 minutes, right? Which is great to talk about asset classes. We went through basically everything. And now to tie the bow on everything, we can talk about Forex, foreign exchange, the FX market. What else could we call it? The spot price. There's a difference between spot and futures prices, right? There's a gap. And brokers take advantage of that gap. If I would have known better, if I would have been taught better, right, which I really wasn't taught, I'm self-taught. But I suffered some losses along the way because I was involved with so-called gurus who were teaching baby pips. They didn't care whether you got it or not. They were just trying to get you to pay a monthly fee and stuff like that, which I didn't get into too much of that, but I did have an experience here and there. I wanted someone to shorten my learning curve where, yeah, we learn that they're predators ultimately. So my job is to help people that are new coming in to hear exactly what they're supposed to hear. And then they can make their decisions. Like I said, I don't do this to charge anything. I'm doing it for free because the information is free. Do I want to get paid for my time? Well, if you hit like and subscribe and promote the video, then that's a thank you. Now, the email is part of the video. You can go into the info and you can see that. If you want to send some type of donation because I'm the best, then you can do that, right? You don't have to do anything. I just want to know that you're doing it right. How do I know that you're doing it right? See it, say that you see it, and do what you say that you see. That's what we promote. See it, say it, do it. When it comes to falsehoods, we got everything to say. But when it comes to the truth, everybody has their tail tucked and they're not sure, right? Yeah. The predators love that. So I start these videos off talking trash about that because I want to make it very clear. If that's what you think you're here for, it ain't over here. Clout don't live over here. We're not here for that. Now, if these predators can get 1 million subscribers, then somebody who's telling the truth should be able to get 1 million subscribers, right? Because what we do here works. You won't know unless you apply it. See it, say that you see it, and do what you say that you see. All right, so let's get to it. We're here for currencies, right? The currencies. They're in alphabetical order because we're dealing with a broker who is able to promote MetaTrader 5. Newbies don't know what MetaTrader 5 is. MetaTrader 5 is a trading tool. So when you get a broker, they're going to have trading tools, options that you can choose from. Most people like MetaTrader because it's the best. So that's why I'm talking about, and I'm showing you my trading account, which is with MetaTrader 5. It was MetaTrader 4 and then MetaTrader 5 with the bells and whistles. Awesome trading platform. A lot of people who lost MetaTrader now trade on what's called Trade Locker, another trading platform, but it's a beta. It doesn't work as well as it should. But as long as you're able to hit the buy and sell button and put in stop losses and sell limits and buy limits and sell stops and buy stops, as long as it's functional, then you can trade with it, right? But I promote MetaTrader 5 because it's the best. The tools, everything works. It's not a beta, right? So with the currencies, foreign exchange, right? Because most people are like, oh, I heard about Forex. It's a scam. Right, yeah, you're being taught by scammers and you're getting bad results. You can't win with that. But anyway, we're supposed to be done with that. All right, let's get to it. The Australian dollar, all right? And these are futures contracts. This is not spot price. Now let's talk about the differences because I be going too fast sometimes. And I'm seeing that I'm not saying everything. Now I got to tone it down a little bit. Australian dollar. Now, in futures, it's 6 alpha. In Forex, it's AUD USD. There's a difference in the price because there is a spread, there is a gap of difference between the futures price and the spot price. I want to make this very clear because this is the introduction of my channel so that if you want to hear about currencies, then that video will be referenceable and I'm explaining all of this, right? Which is why you want a futures account. You don't really want a Forex account because they chase your stop loss because they use that gap of price against you. Futures, you have the higher price. However, it could be 40 points, it could be 400 points, however much that gap is. When you give a broker the opportunity to use that gap, they're going to use all of it. And they're going to use it to go right and knock you out of the trade. But you have less of that in futures because it's more regulated through the CFTC. All right, let's go to the next one. The British pound, Great Britain pound. In futures, it's 6 Bravo. In spot, it's GBP USD. We go to the Canadian dollar, 6 Charlie. In Forex, it's, man, I forgot what it was. I have to look that up. But anyway, as the video goes, I'll show it, right? It has a ticker. All right, we'll move on. We'll go to the euro. The euro dollar is 6 Echo. But in Forex, it's EUR USD. The Japanese yen. Now, this one's a special one because it's JPY USD. And we would say JU, right? No, it's UJ. Most people understand USD JPY. Until I ran into in futures, I found out that there is a JPY USD, which is opposite of USD JPY. And I have the video to back this up and show you the differences in the price and in what the chart looks like. And you see it's perfectly diverted or inverted. USD JPY is direct opposite of JPY USD. Now in futures, I'm trading JPY-USD, which would confuse somebody that trades Forex because they're going to be looking for a different price, right? The broker has that advantage over you because that's a nasty price. I'd rather deal with JPY-USD because the price is more manageable. So I have the opportunity to explain that, right? This is what promoting the truth is all about, to keep you away from the predators, right? So let's move on to the New Zealand dollar. In futures, it's 6 November. In Forex, it's NZD USD. And this is all referenceable. All you need is the price. So you can look it up in Forex and you can look it up in futures, and all you got to do is type the tickers in and see if the price matches up. And then finally, the Swiss franc. In futures, it's 6 Sierra, and Forex USD CHF. USD chef. They call it the chef pair, chef. But it's Swiss franc. And that's pretty much it. We're going to be talking about price and the basic scale of 100, how to buy low at discounts, sell high at premiums, and stay out the middle, right? Whereas most people will buy high at the premium level, sell low at the discounted level, and be all up in the middle. You have to know the price structure to know whether or not you're at the bottom of the scale or at the top of the scale. Most people learn to trade and didn't learn the numbers first. They learn the rocket science. All these clout chasers, all these marketing scheme gurus and pyramid scheme gurus, they want you to be confused. So they lure you into the rocket science, baby pips. You can type baby pips into Google and you'll see it yourself. Millions of pages of information when it comes to trading. All they're doing is regurgitating baby pips and getting you to think, oh, they're using all these big words. They must know what they're talking about. Well, yeah, anybody could read that and lure people in through marketing and pyramid schemes and get you to think that they're some type of pro trader. And they're not. They're just reading you bedtime stories. Government, church, state, county, and city. Reading you bedtime stories. And you think they have the knowledge. No, they have the scam. It ain't everybody, but it's the majority because we only go with what we're taught. And these are generational curses that are passed on from generation to generation. And some people figure it out and some people don't. So my goal is to let you know you need to be very privy of who you promote and who you support. Because if it's a predator, chances are you don't agree with that. I don't agree with it. But they're going to always be there. They're always going to be doing that thing. You have to know that you're in the presence of that. Because on this channel, we're not doing that. We're doing this so that we can get people into the know. The more you know, the better chances you have of getting to the bag. And I don't have to rush. I be rushing through this stuff. I want to get the introduction complete so that people have referenceable videos. No matter which asset class, you can always go back to that. Because now we're going to talk about the stocks and ETFs and how to manage your brokerage as far as investing, because I've been talking about the trades, the futures accounts and all that. And then we'll be able to talk about the stock market and how to manage. Like for me, I use WEBULL, and you want to know how to manage your brokerages and how to set your alerts and how to use the basic scale of 100. So welcome again. These videos are timeless. I'm proud of it. I had to be able to verbalize. And now that I am able to verbalize, I've been verbalizing ever since I came into the game because I'm always vocal within groups. So I developed my own group and I'm vocal, right? So I can say everything and fill it in and all that. And now I can come with the video and put all the, like a collage, and match the voice up with the information. So I'm proud to do it. I'm the best in the world. And it starts here. So if you feel like you know someone that can gain something from this, then promote it, right? The email is there. If you need to contact me, you can contact me. I don't have the comments on for a reason, because I don't have time for clowns, right? I only have time to get to the business. My time is valuable. And I want everybody to win. So you know who we do it for. We do it for the people and not the profits. Consistency and persistency is what wins in the market. To beat the market, you must become the market. The market moves with integrity through its price. If you lack integrity of the price, then you get wrecked. You'll be in loss review talking about psychology. And it ain't psychology. You were taught by someone who was doing marketing schemes and pyramid schemes. They really weren't a pro trader. So shout out to the people again. 26 is about to be lit. You either in or you out. Hey.